in which my boots get dirty and I walk up the top of a hill to see what's there. This is me doing a quick day hike. I recorded this video earlier and I'm just experimenting with doing a little bit of a voiceover with some a voice in the video taken earlier. It's still winter here and early August is supposed to be the coldest period of the winter, but it turns out we're having quite a hot July. Well, this is what up currently looks like. That's roughly level, so shows you how steep the track is at the moment. Not too bad, but very muddy. And then that's holding it level, going down. And if you listen carefully, you should be able to hear some water. There are 3, maybe 4 streams that you have to cross. 2 of them are quite wide and a good foot deep. There are stones most of the way across, so with a bit of delicate balancing and the trekking poles, see, I said poles, one can make it across. But the other thing that I do, I'm wearing my waterproof boots, and I just pull the trousers down over the top, and it allows me to walk through the water fairly quickly and the boots don't fill up with water. That's where I've come from. Bit of luck, you can see that. And there's a bit of where I'm going. I'm going to get quite bright up there, and currently somewhere between 8 and 10 degrees Celsius, and the opposite direction that the camera is facing, so that's why there's cloud all around the valley and not in the valley. But when I get up to the top, I'll be walking into the cloud zone. It's just starting to come over now. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll have to see how that goes. Not sure if you can see it from here, but just past the signpost in front there, top left hand corner, halfway up the trail, you can see an intrepid New Zealand hiking sheep. Very, very special species of sheep they are, bred to live up here in the mountains. And of course well trained, of course, because they stick to the trails and don't wander off. Unlike some other sheep over there, those aren't hiking sheep. As you can see, they've wandered off the trail and they'll probably get lost, whereas said hiking sheep here sticks to the trail, knows the routine, and doesn't venture too far from the hut. That way no chance of getting lost, and if inclement weather comes in, has a place to hole up for the night without too much fuss. Right, if the audio quality sounds different here, and I finally remembered that I bought my lavalier mic, so I've plugged it in. Now, if anybody's wondering why I have a picture of a cup of coffee here, it's because I'm going through a moment of disgruntlement, and the disgruntlement is caused by the fact that I bought cappuccino instead of normal coffee. And as you can see, it's got foaming agent in it, and the thing that I was not really looking forward to after a half a day's hike was a cup full of coffee with foaming agent on top. Even though it does have a nice taste, it's a bugger to clean out, and also you feel like you've only got half a cup of coffee. So yes, the disgruntlement continues, but I shall drink it anyway, because one shall not waste coffee. Now I'm just going to go and have a bit of a wander round again with the lavalier in and see what I can do. So hence lots of cable, just untangle it. I can hold my hand. Right, that sheep's moving. But yeah, so the wind's eased up a little bit now, and as you can see, the cloud that I was filming about half an hour ago is gone, which is good, and you can feel just a little bit of ice on the back of the hands. So let's go over and have a look at this sign so you can see what it says. Basically, Summit Walkway, Mount Herbert, a couple of hours that way. Kaituna Valley Packhorse Hut, that's what I've just been sitting at. And the Faulkner track, I don't think that one actually works. Good luck to anyone doing that one. Maybe they'll get it up and going again. This is the emergency hut for thin people, otherwise known as a kazi, I think. No, it's a generator building. Oh, no, it's a kazi. Right, that is otherwise known as a portable toilet. Why it's anchored down like that seems to be rather interesting, but you can see from the mounts that they actually bring them in on helicopters by the looks of it. Plonk them down, bolt them down, stop people nicking them, I guess. Those sheep don't get away with anything, you know. And so you get some good amenities on the old hikes. So if you ever see one of these huts, and even if you're not going to use it, what I recommend doing is drop a couple of dollars, if you've got some spare, into the tin around the place. Usually one floating around, and you put your money in it, and you stay the night in the hut. I won't go in. You know, somebody's taken the time to bring up wood, chop it up, and do all of that stuff, and good on them. I don't know if you can see, but about in the middle of the picture there is a cow lying down. Yeah, cunningly disguised as grass. It looks as though it wants to sneak up on the sheep, but good luck on that. That's that hill again. I've probably already shown it in the video, but I can show it again in the video. And go up there one day. Make a bit of an expedition of it. And a bit more countryside, a bit more cloud. You know, it's basic scenery That's all forestry land, by the way, down there, so they're laying back into the trees, clearing it all up. Probably put another batch of trees down at some stage. You can just see in the distance on the left hand side there, patch of blue on the ground. That's the edge of Lake Ellesmere, and again some more harbour ground. That's the Packhorse hut. That's me lunch on the go, just waiting for it to rehydrate. Yellow bag there is my food bag. It's a jet boil, a couple of litres of water. Behind the jet boil is my bowl with food in it, and my pack. What you can see on the table there is my tent. Don't really need that, I'm not staying the night, but I needed to do a shakedown, so that's what that's there for, and all of the other stuff that's in my pack, which, if I haven't said already, weighs 22 kg, including the 4 litres of water. Normally when I come up here I sit just underneath that rock. It's because that's usually where the wind comes from, and it can be quite icy, so it's a nice place to brew up and have a bit of a kip. You can see other people use it as well. This is Littleton Harbour, and it looks like it's low tide, I guess not too long after. And you can see the cloud forming over there. Now that's a nor'wester coming in, so the cloud comes well, the weather comes off of Australia, which is a few thousand miles that way, and hits the west coast of the mountains, comes up over the top, dries out, and the dry wind coming in is the nor'wester, what we call it. And in the summertime it gets blisteringly hot and quite windy, but in the winter time you get a really nice day like today. I think the temperature's probably gotten up to about 10 degrees, which is nice. It is actually supposed to be one of the coldest weeks of the year, first week in August, last week in July, but turns out that we're having a hottest July on record, so make use of it while the sun shines, so to speak. And that's the round trip. Let's see if we can stand up here somewhere, and there you have it. So nice walk, easy to get to, nice car park down the bottom, steep walk up, horrible on a really hot day. You need to drink a lot of water, but quite nice when you get up here, and there's plenty of other day walks to do. It's just coming up to 3 p.m, so probably another half an hour and I'll have to start walking down. It's a 2-hour hike downwards, I believe, being that it was a 3-hour hike upwards. A little bit of mud to walk through, a little bit of water to walk through, but that's okay. Don't mind getting wet feet on the way down. It's a fantail being a bit squawky at the moment. And weather's been good. Started at 11 a.m. this morning, and probably get back home, or to the car at 5, home at 5:36, and should be dark by then. Alright, just a 5-minute breather. I tend to stop every 5 minutes, and this is where I was before, if anyone can remember the video. That's roughly where I've come from, and That's where I'm going back down to. Literally, I go down the edge of the sunny bit, far edge, and then there's a zigzag that goes down the bottom of the hill into the valley, then through that big clump of trees and along the valley floor until you can just see a clump of trees in the middle of the picture with a white light patch to the right of it, and the car's just on the other side of that. This is the last of the streams. You can see what it's like. It's not too bad one. This one you can actually walk across it quite quickly, as long as your trousers are done up around your boots properly. The water doesn't get in. This is the last of 5 of them. Further up the hill, there's 2 little ones that are easy to just walk across. Then there's 2 deep ones. When the water's up high on those, you kind of have to take your shoes and socks off and wade across, but I just ran across really quickly, and you can see how deep the water was. A little bit of water in the left shoe, but right shoe's still dry. I think the left shoe was the one I put in the stream first. Nice day, nice evening, sun's still out, it's still relatively warm. The day birds are going quiet and the night birds are starting to open up with their evening chorus. I've seen a few wood pigeons around. No fantails yet. I think it's a little bit early for them to come down around the treetops hunting the insects, and I'm surprised I haven't seen any around me either. There's usually quite a lot at this time of year, especially around here. But hey ho, now time to cross this little stream.